Aye, from the Emerald Isles of the Bijou Theatre comes this traditional Irish gift, the opossum plant. Curly-tailed, bug-eyed little plants, and each spring they climb out of their stems, waddle off into the highway, and freeze in the headlights and get hit by cars. Order your Irish opossum plant today.
Before I give you my daughter's hand in marriage, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you. Now, do you have any money in your savings account?
No,
Then you keep it all in a checking account.
no, but
But Daddy, we're in love.
Love does not pay bills.
I know that. That's why I keep all my money in my shoe.
Young man, would you be interested in seeing the way out?
You don't understand. I keep all my money in my Shoe Federal Savings and Loan banking account.
The Shoe Federal Savings and Trust compound account. Much like a compound wart on your foot, your compound will grow progressively to enormous sizes until some sort of corrective surgery is required, and you'll wish you had done something about it earlier. Yes, Shoe Federal Savings and Trust. What better place to keep your money than in your shoe?
My blessing.
If it's new and you like it, look for it first at Milady Shop. There's a Milady Shop where you like to shop.
This smart young lady knows what she's talking about before she opens her big mouth, because she reads Midnight Titillator, the weekly insider's newspaper that's provocative, revealing, cheap. Look inside this week's issue and get the answers to questions like these. Is there any truth to the monkeys' breakup rumors? Toads, can they be linked to warts? Is the Loch Ness Monster a communist plot? Look at this exclusive story, typical of what you find each week in Midnight Titillator. Mrs. X of X, New Jersey, tells the story of an incredible after-hours visit by dead aviatrix Amelia Earhart. According to an astonished Mrs. X, the ghost appeared at the foot of her bed, asking if Mrs. X could help her get the lid off a jar. When Mrs. X left her bed to assist the spook, the body of a stewardess on United Airlines Flight 317 to Cleveland fell through the roof and into the bed. Mrs. X's only brother, Y, was out of town at the time of this near tragedy. Young and old, rich and poor, literate and slob, everyone reads and enjoys Midnight Titillator. Why? Because Midnight Titillator is written for you. Example, shouldn't you know of Dr. X of X, New York, who has advanced a startling new theory that links cancer to electricities escaping from open outlets? Noting that cancer authorities had deemed it unwise to rule out any theory on the cause of cancer, no matter how harebrained, Dr. X suggests that unused electrical outlets be boarded up to avoid current leakage. Dr. X further notes that American Indians have never suffered from cancer, nor were they ever exposed to electricity. Proof, you be the judge. And whatever happened to Noah's Ark? The Ark, which you may recall figured prominently into one account of the flood which destroyed the world, has now been found. Mr. X of Toledo, Ohio, located the Ark while digging a second basement for his home. Shown here holding a fragment of the boat, Mr. X claims he had known the Ark was there all the time, but feared recrimination from local church officials if he revealed his discovery. People of every age enjoyed the fascinating scientific accounts in the pages of Midnight Titillator. Mothers, it's educational. In the field of astronomy, look at this exclusive account of a visit by flying saucers, possibly from other planets. These exclusive candid photos, shot by little Ronnie X, show the landing of the saucer-shaped vehicle. And this photo shows one of the creatures who emerged from the craft and enticed Ronnie's older brothers into the saucer with chocolate bars. Ronnie's brothers were inside the craft for 15 minutes and demonstrated remarkable changes in appearances when they emerged. The saucer landing was confirmed by William X, a nearby notary public. Think that's incredible? Consider the plight of little Billy X, born without the benefit of a body. During the first month of pregnancy, Mrs. X had mixed radial and non-radial tires on her car and driven 6 times to Chicago, resulting in the deformed child. Ashamed, she stored her son in a hat box at the closet shelf until he was 14. Today, Billy is out in the open leading a relatively normal life. He's taken up painting and has a large hat collection. And now and then he goes out for a roll with his mother. He appreciates all the get well cards from readers of Midnight Titillator. Remember, know what you're talking about before you talk about it. Read Midnight Titillator today, on your newsstands tomorrow.